What's up, beautiful people? So right now we're going to go to Staples. I'm going to go grade some patterns. I'm going to show you guys the process of how I grade a pattern, and we're going to make some penny loafers today. You guys are probably wondering what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm grading a pattern. It's not the most correct way of doing this, but it saves me like so much money. Instead of buying this program that's like super expensive, so I figured out a different way how to scale a pattern through Illustrator and Photoshop. The numbers that I'm writing down are the numbers that I'm scaling down to size, so I'll figure out a way where I can scale it length and width, which is getting complicated, but at the end I figured out a way how to scale. After I print the pattern, I can cut it out, and that's how I start making the patterns. Right now I'm checking if the grading is correct, because I go by centimeters, so each size is 26 centimeter, 27, 28. So if I go 3 sizes down, it should be 3 centimeters down if it's correct. Then I have to check. $29.5, $28.5, $27.5, $26.5. Yeah, so it's one size too big. Right now we're printing a different size because the size that I printed was too big. Because everything varies. Sometimes is exactly how I wanted it. Sometimes it comes out off. But at least I know what I'm looking for. 26 and a half. See, there you go. Check it out. So this is the original pattern. 29.5 centimeter, right? So we're gonna mark it. Boom. Right? Marked it there. Boom. So this should be 3 centimeters if I scaled it correctly. There you go. 3 centimeters. Because each size goes down. This boot is 26.5 centimeters. So 29.5, 28.5, 27.5, 26.5, and that's how you know you scaled it right. Alright, almost there. So usually there's like a machine to do this, but right now your boy can't afford that. So we gotta do it by hand. But I actually like doing this. It makes me feel relaxed. So we're working on a penny loafer right now. This is like the main part of a penny loafer, because usually a penny loafer is like one big piece. So that's what makes a shoe very luxury, when it's like a solid piece of leather, not that many pieces of panels and leathers together, and keep stitches to a minimal. It makes a shoe look very elegant. Thing is, I gotta cut it perfectly, or else I gotta start all over again. I just picked up this cutting mat on OfferUp. I got it for 20 bucks. See, bootmaking is just one part, but making patterns and learning how to make a two-dimensional image into a three-dimensional product is a whole different story. It took me a long time to learn how to make an upper, because only because you draw it on the last doesn't always mean it's gonna come out exactly how you want it. As I respect those people who can make patterns, because that's an art form as well. See, right now I'm cutting like where I'm gonna scribe the leather. So if you see this part right here, there's a little triangle here. I put that because I know that this line I'm not gonna mark on the leather. I'm gonna mark this line. You gotta perfect the pattern, because after this you're gonna cut some leather, and leather is very expensive, and you gotta respect the leather. You gotta respect the materials. Cool part about this tool right here, you can get it on Uline. It's a really nice knife, because with this, say like my point already broke because I messed it up yesterday. So you go like this. It's almost like those pencils that has new. See that? It's pretty cool, right? Hopefully this vlog doesn't bore you guys, but this is actually my real life, and this is what I do. So because I graded the pattern, I made it smaller. That means the spaces on each hole here on the pattern on the penny loafer is going to shrink. So if I want to keep it consistent, you see, it measures like just like that. But if we put it on this pattern, it shrunk. So this distance we have to fix. We have to fix all of these holes so they'll fit just like the old one. So it's gonna take some time as well. So I'll do that last. I'm gonna start cutting the rest of the patterns. So over here we got the counter. The counter keeps the back part of the shoe stiff, and it keeps it shape. So that's why it's always good to use a shoehorn, because you don't want to make this counter collapse or crack. We usually only cracks if it's like some synthetic material, but here I use, in Roll Club we use leather counters, so you'll be solid for a long time. The piece that I'm cutting that looks like pants is the back portion of the lining. I'll make a separate piece of leather for the back counter of the lining, because I flip it reverse, so the hairy side of the lining will stick out. So when you walk, you'll get less heel slip. Because also when you cut the piece of counter lining, the hair has to brush down. So when you walk, you're going against the hair, and you get less heel slip. I'm just punching the holes on my logo. I got this pattern. This is gonna be my trademark for a penny loafer, and I want to punch the holes so it's perfect. Just gotta cut it. We're going to do a quick sample pattern. I say quick sample, but it still takes the same process to make the sample. The only difference is we're using like a more cheaper leather. So when we use the good stuff, it's perfection. When you cut a pattern, you have to figure out how the leather stretches, because it should always stretch from toe to counter. It should never stretch sideways, or else when you wear the shoe it's going to stretch too much and it'll feel loose over time. And you gotta figure out how to put the pieces in a way where you save the leather. See, like right here, boom. Oh yeah, I found a little pocket right here. This is when Tetris comes in handy. Right now we're threading a sewing machine. Usually, this is a little trick I learned from my teacher. Because I used to thread the machine, take out the whole thread, and then put the new thread all the way. But what he taught me was you tie a knot, right? And then right here, you just pull the thread all the way. So there's no wasting time of going through all these little holes, and you're solid. See? That's what I'm talking about. Sorry guys. It was actually white thread. Let's go back. I feel a little pressure because YouTube's watching me. Like the thread doesn't even matter the color, but sometimes I'm just picky like that because I want to keep it at least consistent with the colors on the thread. So I'm gonna close the back portion. I never expected YouTube to blow up like this, you know, but it's crazy how you guys are interested in what I do, because for me it just feels like an everyday life situation, but I kind of understand, because who actually sees a bootmaker work? This is the lining. So now I'm hammering the binding, so it has a nice fold and there's no little lumps and stuff. See, the beauty of leather is you can control it. You can shape it the way you want it to be. So now we're gonna fold the leather. Boom. See that? Beautiful. Not bad for a quick sample. Okay, sample is almost done. I'm gonna last the Pennyloafer. Okay, right now I just tape the last because I want to cut the perfect footbed. So I gotta take away like 2 millimeters or even 1 millimeter. Hopefully you guys liked this vlog. I know it's a lengthy process and I still have more things to do to finish the loafer. I don't think I'll finish it in this whole video. I appreciate you guys watching my YouTube videos. Don't forget to click like on my video, and if you have any comments, put them down below. I always look forward to reading your comments. And yeah, until next time.